Symbols are everywhere, from the emojis we text to the logos we wear. They shape how we understand and interact with the world. But what are they really? What if the shapes, signs, and images you see every day aren't just designs, but messages? Have you ever wondered why certain symbols show up in your dreams, your life, or even your intuition? Why does the circle feel infinite, the triangle feel powerful, or the eye feel mysterious? And what if symbols aren't just artwork, but energy, frequency, and language? A language that speaks directly to your subconscious, shaping the way you think, feel, and manifest reality. What do these symbols truly mean? Where do they come from? And more importantly, what are they trying to tell you? Let's explore. Welcome to the AM. Symbols are powerful signs or images that represent ideas, concepts, or information, often carrying meaning far beyond their simple appearance. They are used in language, mathematics, religion, culture, science, and everyday life to communicate quickly and universally. A symbol is a mark, character, or image that stands for something else, an idea, object, or concept. They simplify communication by condensing complex meanings into recognizable forms. Why do symbols matter? Universal communication symbols transcend language barriers. A stop sign means stop anywhere in the world. In cultural identity, they carry traditions, beliefs, and shared values. For efficiency, a single symbol can replace long explanations like mathematical notation. Symbols evoke feelings, like a flag stirring patriotism or a logo sparking brand loyalty. The same symbol can mean different things in different cultures. For example, the owl represents wisdom in Western culture, but can symbolize bad luck in some Asian traditions. Evolution of meanings have changed over time. Hashtags were once just pound signs, but now dominate social media. Symbols are associated with magic because they are believed to act as bridges between the physical and spiritual worlds, carrying hidden meanings, energies, and intentions. In magical traditions, symbols are not just decorative. They are tools thought to focus willpower, channel energy, and communicate with unseen forces. A symbol can represent complex ideas, protection, love, transformation, in a simple form. This makes it a powerful shorthand in rituals and spells. Many magical traditions believe symbols can direct or amplify energy. For example, inscribing a sigil on an object is thought to charge it with intent. Symbols serve as a secret code, allowing practitioners to communicate spiritual truths or conceal their practices from outsiders. Ancient civilizations used symbols in rituals. Egyptian hieroglyphs, Norse runes, and alchemical signs all carried mystical associations. Pentacle, five-pointed star in a circle, protection, balance of elements. Widely used in Wicca and pagan rituals, the Ankh, Egyptian cross with loop, represents eternal life and divine power. Ancient Egyptian sacred symbol. Runes, Norse alphabet, divination, guidance. Each rune carries specific magical meaning like sigils, which are custom designs for personal intent and manifestation created by practitioners to embody a specific wish. Alchemy symbols used for transformation of elements, used to represent mystical processes. Many symbols, like the pentacle or Hamsa hand, are believed to ward off evil. Alchemical and astrological symbols represent change, cycles, and hidden forces. Connection to the divine. Symbols are seen as sacred keys that unlock communication with gods, spirits, or cosmic energies. Because symbols are abstract, they carry an aura of secrecy, making them ideal for esoteric traditions. In essence, symbols are associated with magic because they act as containers of meaning and energy, allowing practitioners to focus intent, protect themselves, and connect with forces beyond the visible world. But what if I told you symbols were more? More than meets the mind's eye, more of a direct connection to the mind and the third eye. Symbols connect the conscious mind with the unconscious, serving as a language of deeper psychological processes. Symbols affect the mind by bypassing logic and directly triggering emotions, memories, and unconscious associations. They act as shortcuts for meaning, shaping perception, behavior, and even identity. Our brains process vast amounts of data. Symbols simplify this by acting as instant cues. Symbols encode values and narratives, subtlety shaping how we interpret the world. Symbols are deeply tied to metaphysics because they act as bridges between the material world and higher realities, conveying truths that logic alone cannot capture. In metaphysics, symbols are not just signs but vehicles of meaning that point beyond themselves. They transmit universal truths about existence, the soul, and the cosmos. For example, the circle often represents eternity or wholeness. Psychologists like Jung argued that symbols emerge from the collective unconscious, carrying archetypal meaning that connects individuals to universal patterns. Metaphysically, this suggests symbols are shared structures of reality, not just personal inventions. Across traditions, symbols have been used to encode religious and esoteric doctrines. For instance, the lotus in Eastern philosophy symbolizes purity and enlightenment, while the cross in Christianity represents sacrifice and transcendence. Metaphysics distinguishes between the universal timeless truths and the particular, individual experiences. Symbols embody this duality. They are universal in meaning yet personal in resonance, shaping how each mind interprets reality, such as a circle, often representing eternity, infinite reality, and bridge to higher truths. The tree of life, role, archetypal resonance, metaphysical meaning, connection between heaven, earth, and humanity. The lotus, its role, spiritual transformation, metaphysical meaning, purity, enlightenment. The mandala, its role, identity and cosmic order, metaphysical meaning, harmony of the universe. And one of the most widespread and well-known symbol, the cross, its role, transmission of doctrine, its metaphysical meaning, redemption, and transcendence. In essence, symbols are metaphysical keys. They unlock layers of reality that reason alone cannot access, serving as bridges between the human mind and the transcendent. This is why more esoteric symbols require contemplation. Their metaphysical significance isn't always obvious at first glance. Symbols give humanity a shared language that transcends words, shaping identity, culture, and collective meaning. They unify communities, preserve history, and inspire action by connecting the material with the abstract. Symbols act as cultural glue, binding people together through shared meanings. They carry the weight of collective memory. Symbols encode beliefs, values, and traditions, influencing how societies see themselves. They can mobilize movements and inspire change. They represent revolutionary emblems, peace signs, or protest banners rally people around shared causes. Promoting unity and belonging creates shared identity. As far back as cave paintings, symbolizing the preservation of history, which in return records human experience, to the communication across cultures by way of the use of emojis, which were once called hieroglyphs. They help bridge language barriers and create cultural continuity, and in return able to spark collective action. What the world should know about symbolism and the human experience is that symbols are not just decorative or abstract. They are the very architecture of meaning. They shape how we think, feel, and connect, often more powerfully than words. They bypass rational thought and speak directly to the deeper layers of the psyche. Humanity's story is written in symbols, cave paintings, hieroglyphs, flags, religious icons. They preserve wisdom across generations, allowing cultures to transmit values and identity. A single symbol can unify millions, but it can also divide when meanings clash. This dual power makes symbolism central to politics, religion, and social movements. Symbols inspire transformation. They are catalysts for change, guiding personal growth and collective evolution. Symbols bridge the material and the metaphysical. They connect the tangible world with higher realities, offering a way to experience the sacred. Symbols are humanity's oldest technology of meaning. They are not passive images but active forces that shape consciousness, culture, and destiny. To understand symbols is to understand ourselves, because every human experience, from love to loss, is mediated through symbolic language. If the world embraced this truth, we'd see symbols not as mere signs, but as living bridges between the inner and outer worlds. Every generation leaves its mark in symbols. They are time capsules, preserving wisdom, struggle, and triumph. From hieroglyphs to emojis, symbols ensure that humanity's voice never fades. They are containers of belonging, holding the weight of collective pride, grief, and hope. Through symbols, we know who we are and where we stand. Symbols are gateways to the metaphysical. They connect the material with the spiritual, the finite with the infinite. Symbols unite, but they can also divide. They can be wielded for peace or twisted into propaganda. To honor symbols is to wield them responsibly, with awareness of their power. Symbols are humanity's oldest and most enduring technology of meaning. Symbols are not passive signs but active forces shaping consciousness, culture, and destiny. We commit to honoring symbols as bridges between inner and outer worlds, between past and future, between humanity and the transcendent. Symbols are not just what we see, they are what we become. To understand them is to understand ourselves. To honor them is to honor the human journey. We are creatures of meaning, and meaning is carried on the wings of symbols. Before the first word was spoken, before the first story was written, we painted on stone, we carved into wood, we lifted our eyes to the stars and saw ourselves reflected there. In my humble opinion, The symbol of the egg was a concept before the chicken ever roosted. Let the phoenix remind us, we rise again. Let the lotus remind us, purity blooms from mud. Let the mandala remind us, the universe is harmony. Let the heart remind us, love is the root of all. And peace is still is silent, and silence itself becomes the final symbol, a reminder that meaning often lives beyond words. Thanks for watching the AM. Please like and subscribe.